RogerLMartin, When More Is Not Better, Overcoming America's Obsession with Economic Efficiency. In the book, When More Is Not Better, Overcoming America's Obsession with Economic Efficiency, Roger L. Martin explores how the American capitalist system's focus on efficiency has led to disappointing outcomes for many citizens. Identifying the historical roots of the issue, the book delves into the domination of industrial-era economic models and policy directions that prioritize efficiency. Martin argues that the pursuit of efficiency, coupled with the influence of proxies, has become a destructive force, making the economic landscape unequal and less resilient. Drawing from real-world examples, the author exposes the dangers of surrogation and the flawed machine-like understanding of the economy.
Disappointing results of American economy. In-depth interviews with diverse Americans have revealed that many are disappointed with the results of the U.S. economy despite their hard work and educational achievements. Most Americans, especially working-class people, feel perplexed and frustrated with the American economic success formula that isn't producing favorable outcomes. Although the American democracy and capitalist system have proved immensely valuable in the past, negative narratives could be fueled if the system fails to work for a large section of the population, endangering its sustainability. Efficiency obsession. Industrial-era economic models that promote efficiency still dominate American policy and business. This obsession with efficiency, which has led to significant growth and higher living standards in the past, continues to drive attitudes and policies in the 21st century. The division of labor and comparative advantage models generate economies of scale and encourage business leaders to reduce labor costs. However, this prioritization of efficiency is producing fewer gains and more negative effects, resulting in a more unequal and less resilient economy. As conditions change and new issues arise, it is crucial to reevaluate the obsession with efficiency and explore alternative economic models that promote sustainability and equity. The pitfalls of efficiency proxies. The pursuit of efficiency is often measured through proxies, which can lead to unintended consequences. These proxies transform into goals and drive decision-makers away from what is healthy for society and the economy. The American democratic capitalism system is a prime example. The proxies that measure and drive efficiency in this system become a destructive force. Wells Fargo is a prime example where the number of bank accounts held by each customer was used as a proxy to improve business. Scandals erupted when employees opened accounts for clients without their knowledge and permission. Similarly, standardized tests have been used to measure teacher efficiency, with educators teaching to the test and even cheating on student test scores to achieve better results. In the automotive industry, salespeople waste time negotiating sales targets with their managers and cheating customer surveys to achieve positive results, all of which cause setbacks. The pursuit of short-term stock price increases by CEOs also drives share price volatility, resulting in financial expectations management and target setting tailored to suit compensation goals. In conclusion, it can be challenging to predict behavioral adaptation in social systems like the economy. Individually rational behaviors often have a dysfunctional effect on the system as a whole, highlighting the shortcomings of using efficiency proxies as a measure of growth. The fallacy of the perfect economic machine. The economy should be viewed as a complex and adaptive system, similar to rainforests, rather than a machine with separate and perfect parts, argues the author. The parts of the economy are interconnected, leading to nonlinear and unforeseen outcomes, illustrated by the butterfly effect. Rather than focusing on creating a perfect system, economists and politicians should follow the example of a software engineer or gardener, adapting and making regular interventions to respond to changing factors within the economy. The 2008 financial crisis, which experts failed to predict, is evidence of the weakness of compartmentalized policy decisions and assumptions about the efficiency of markets within the complex adaptive system of finance. Avoiding the surrogation trap. The use of proxies in business can lead to surrogation, where the original goal is lost. Companies tend to chase after reduced labor costs, but this can lead to negative consequences like damaged customer service. To guard against surrogation, multiple measures should be used. Businesses can introduce desirable friction that recognizes the bigger picture to balance efficiency with the interest of prolonging the lifespan of a system. Successful companies like Southwest Airlines have contradictory metrics that avoid the surrogation trap and achieve customer and worker satisfaction, along with profitability. The Four Seasons hotel chain also addresses this balance by making customer service everyone's job. The flaws of U.S. banking regulations. The 2008 financial crisis revealed the shortcomings of the U.S. financial regulatory system, which prioritized efficiency over stability. The Sarbanes-Oxley (SOX) Act failed to prevent corporations like Lehman Brothers from getting around its requirements while pursuing innovations like derivatives. The Dodd-Frank Act aimed to address systemic risk, but the loopholes allowed firms to change the rules. In contrast, Canada's regulatory system was more effective due to its continuous tweaking and replacements, as well as the close, subjective, and holistic supervision of its banking and financial sector, which prioritized stability over efficiency. The dark side of efficiency. Free trade policies and antitrust laws are often justified based on efficiency, but this focus on narrow efficiencies has negative consequences. Low tariffs have caused imbalances and hurt American workers, and weakening antitrust laws has led to monopolies that stifle innovation and harm consumers. It's time for a more balanced approach to trade and antitrust policies that considers the broader economic and political impacts. Embracing the messiness of life. The book argues that education needs to shift from teaching reductive, machine-like models to teaching students how to reflect and think in an integrative manner. Instead of focusing narrowly on specific topics, students should learn to be sophisticated yet humble model integrators, who look for transitory improvements in a complex and uncertain world. This approach will make students more confident and better equipped to navigate the messiness of life. The power of individuals. The book emphasizes that consumers hold significant power in influencing the wider system. The author suggests that individuals can leverage their purchasing power by supporting ethical choices or practicing multi-homing between dominant and smaller companies. It is crucial for American citizens to demand a bigger role in shaping their country's future positively. No single group or activity can solve all problems alone. Thus, individuals must push politicians, executives, and educators to take positive action. The book highlights how our relentless pursuit of efficiency has created several harmful consequences, and it's time for individuals to argue that more is not always better.
As a conclusion, When More Is Not Better emphasizes that the relentless pursuit of efficiency has strayed the American capitalist system away from its original goals, resulting in damaging consequences for its citizens. To address these challenges, Martin proposes a shift toward adopting a more complex, adaptive understanding of the economy, incorporating desirable frictions, and battling surrogation. Moreover, the author highlights the importance of individuals in driving change and holding politicians, business leaders, and educators accountable for their decisions. By acknowledging that more is not always better, individuals and organizations alike can work together to create a more equal, resilient, and beneficial economic system.